Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Nice to meet you all today. And welcome to our group presentations. My name is Alfian Ferrari Muhammad Khadafi, but you can call me Alfian. I will be your moderator for today's presentations. But first thing first, it is my honor and my duty to introduce to you my colleague, Afnisa Salma Herdianto. She is a student at the State University of Malang, and the major she is taking is English Language and Literature, or you can just call it ELL. Next is, I want to remind you about the housekeeping information. For the Q&A, if you have any questions, please write it down in the comment section on this YouTube video. And then we will talk about it and answering all the questions in the week 5 presentations. Other information is that these presentations will be held in less than 10 minutes. Alright, so now we are going to talk about the presentations. The title is Contradiction Hizbut Tahrir's View of Pancasila. What we are going to talk here is about the definitions of Hizbut Tahrir, how can they appear in Indonesia in here, the Hizbut Tahrir's point of view of Pancasila, Hizbut Tahrir's concern over Pancasila, Hizbut Tahrir purpose, and political ideas. Now, without waiting any longer, Afni, time is yours.
Hello everyone, so how are you today? In this webinar, I'm going to be the presenter and I'm going to present to you a journal by Saiful Arif titled Contradiction, Hizbut Tahrir's View of Pancasila. So what is Hizbut Tahrir? Hizbut Tahrir or HD is an Islamic political party formed by Taqiyuddin al-Nabhani in 1943. The political form of Hizbut Tahrir is Khilafah Islamiyah. So Khilafah Islamiyah is different from democracy. They claim that this is an authentic Islamic political form sourced from Muhammad alayhi salam, an Islam prophet. Hizbut Tahrir is banned in some of Islamic countries such as Jordan, Egypt, Syria, and etc. because its ideological is opposite from what are those countries have. So how can Hizbut Tahrir came to Indonesia? So there was Abdurrahman Ahmadadi, a Hizbut Tahrir activist. He came to Indonesia to Bogor in 1982. He spread the ideas from Hizbut Tahrir in Bogor and a few cities outside Bogor to the university students. And later in 2002, Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia was formed. So let's move to the Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia's point of view of Pancasila. So there are two arguments from Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia. The first is they refused Pancasila. The first reason why they refused Pancasila is because they said it is kufur or doesn't have a faith in Allah. Pancasila respect of the religious pluralism in a country, and it is opposite from Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia that only trusts in Islam. The second reason why they refused Pancasila is because Pancasila contains a few different ideological such as socialism, democracy, and nationalism. And Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia only believe that the right ideological is Islam. So the second argument from Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia is they accept Pancasila but as a set of philosophy that made by human, not from the God, and that is not something absolute. So the next is Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia's concerns over Pancasila. So the first concern is why Islamic ideological is banned. Ismail Santo, the Speaker of Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia, said that government use socialism, capitalism, and neoliberalism to manifest Pancasila, but why we can not do that with Islamic ideological or Sharia? So this is the second concern of Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia over Pancasila. So the second concern is the second lost in the country's building. Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia said that Muslims have lost twice in the formulation of building the country. The first loss was that Sharia cannot be the part of Pancasila's manifest, and the second loss was the deletion of 7 words in the Jakarta Charter. The 7 words sounds like this: dengan kewajiban menjalankan syariat Islam bagi pemeluknya, that placed an obligation on Muslims to abide by Islamic law. And so the political ideas or dream of Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia is to enforce the Khilafah Islamiyah in Indonesia. So this is the last slide. This is the concluding of this webinar. The first is actually the statement that Pancasila accepted as the set of philosophy is a refinement, or in bahasa we say penghalusan. Second, Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia said that Pancasila is not absolute and dynamic. It can be changed by something else if it needed, because it is not a religion. And the last is, those things are done to sacralize Pancasila.
So, the conclusion from our presentation is the statement that Pancasila accepted as a set of philosophy is a refinement, or in bahasa Indonesia we call it penghalusan. Next is Hizbut Tahrir or HTI said Pancasila is not an absolute idea or not an absolute ideology, and it is dynamic, so it can be changed by something else if it needed, because Pancasila is not a religion. That's what Hizbut Tahrir people say and think. And then all those actions that Hizbut Tahrir people take are done to desacralize Pancasila. So that's all from our presentations. Start from the beginning to the end. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you understand what we are talking about, what we want to give you, what information we want to give you. So see you next time, see you next week, see you later.